These are the interactive race results for the Fusion Virtual 7 series of races. At the top, we have the details of the race in aggregate, the total number of participants, the length of the race course, and the average pace of all the participants who would have run. The pace change is the comparison of pace compared to the previous race's pace. Race Breezy, which had a pace of 24 minutes and 11 seconds. The race insights include some highlights of the race, including who would have won in the men and women's categories and their times, as well as the elite times for the elite group of runners, the persons who would have improved the most in the race, that being the persons who increased their own pace from the previous race the most, and the breakthrough runners, the persons who would have broken through the ranks the most or increased in rank the most from the previous race. The pace section includes the most popular paces in the race separated by gender. So we had in race Paragrant 14 men coming in the 18 minutes per mile pace and 7 women coming in the 18 miles per minute pace for race Paragrants. The pace section also includes our gender filtering, so we can filter the entire context of the race for just women, and you would see that the participants, the average pace, and the change of pace or the pace comparison only includes women. And we can select men as well, and we would see a similar change. So we're just looking at 153 male participants. I'll switch back to overall. Your insights includes the information that is specific to your own performance in the race. And the first thing we want persons to do is go ahead and type in their own name. Select your name from the drop-down box, and you have the time details, your time performance, your overall score, and the score within your gender, right? As well as a quick description of your performance, your percentage ranking, and the number of persons that would have passed you or you would have passed in this race compared to the previous race. A virtual race course is outlined under your insight with the person coming first, Mr. Michael Honoré, leading the virtual results and the first point. And dots representing yourself in gray here, highlighted in gray. So your own performance, and you can select a competitor to see that person's own performance relative to yours. All right, so your competitor is highlighted in just a bit of a lighter green. And then when you mouse over, see the person's performance relative to yours. So in this case, Karen would have been ahead of Zwade by 92 places, finished 33 minutes ahead of him, and at a 6-minute faster pace. And finally, we have the results section. that is filtered for just the highlight results. Initial, the default filter is the top 15 runners. So here we have the top 15 runners. The selections for yourself and your competitor are always included in the filter ranking. So in this case, Karen Carty, who placed at 67, is included with the green dot highlight, and Zwade is included with the green dot highlight, along with their change in ranking and the overall times. The filtered persons here are indicated in green, and those would be the persons that are in green in the virtual race course panel. I can change that to look specifically at my competitors, and then it changes the result listing here to be persons that performed in a similar time to me. Karen is included because he's selected as a competitor here, and the green highlights now change to be only the persons who are my closest matched competitors. Right? The other functions remain, so I can jump back to Race Breezy, and the details of all of the details of the dashboard are updated, including the my competitors selection. So now I'm looking at competitors that are matched with me for Race Breezy specifically. People I passed or persons who passed me. We will look at that. I'm going to change the participants here. So I'm looking at Karen. And so in this case, Karen would have passed 15 persons from Race Breezy to Race Power Grant. And those 15 persons are highlighted here in red. And he would have been passed by 7 other persons. Those persons are highlighted in green. So Alistair Livington would have passed Karen in Race Power Grant in a time of 1:29. 1:29, we've seen Alistair in the listing at rank 59. Whereas in Race Breezy, we had Alistair down at rank 105. Below Karen. And that's an overview and walkthrough of the interactive race results.